Hey guys, it's your girl Vanessa here. Welcome back to another video. I'm back with another awesome hair growth treatment for extreme hair growth that you can add to your regimen to promote healthy hair in general. Now this will help keep your hair nice and moisturized while stimulating your follicles for faster hair growth. So I definitely suggest that you keep on watching and you watch till the end of the video so you don't miss out on any useful information. Now let's get right into the video. Now the first ingredient we're going to need for today's recipe will be some fenugreek seeds. Now my one here has been boiled because it's basically seeds that I've used in another DIY, but if you are using dry fenugreek seeds, please soak it for a few hours or maybe up to like a day before you use it. And then the next one will be some cloves. Now again, these cloves have been soaked in water for about 2 days. Again, it's cloves that are used from another DIY, but same thing, if you are to use it dry, do make sure you soak it for a few hours. So I put both of them in my blender, just add a bit of water to this, and I'm going to go ahead and blend it. Now I didn't add too much water to this to blend because I wanted it to be very smooth. If you add too much water, it's not going to blend properly. So this is what I ended up with. You can see it's quite a nice thick paste, but that's fine because I'm going to add some water to this later on, just so I can get a slightly runnier consistency so that it's easier for me to strain. You will get to see that in just a little bit. So this is the kind of texture that I ended up with, and this just makes it easier to strain. Now if you were to strain it when it was very thick, you wouldn't get anything out of this, and I suggest that you probably add a bit more water than I did. So yeah, I'm kind of ready to strain it. So I'm using a wig cap here. Somebody asked in my previous video what I used to strain or how I clean my wig caps. I essentially just pop them in a washing machine and just wash it just like I would normally wash my clothes and socks. Obviously I wash it alongside with other things as well. So yeah, I'm just kind of straining it here guys, and you can see how the mask is coming out, and that's pretty much it. So do be patient as you are doing this because it does take a bit of time to get everything out, but you will eventually get most of it out. Okay guys, so this is it all nice and strained, and you can see it's very thick again. But that's fine because when I put my next ingredient in it, it will just have the right texture. So this is an avocado. Now I will suggest that if you are using avocado guys, make sure it's very nice and ripe so that when you blend you get a smoother texture, and also it's less likely to get stuck in your hair. So I'm using a whole avocado. Now I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit more about the benefits of each one of these ingredients. Now fenugreek seeds, as we all know, are extremely beneficial for hair growth because they do help to stimulate the follicles and essentially improve hair growth. Also, it helps you to maintain a healthy scalp, which is really important when it comes to growing healthy hair. If your scalp is unhealthy guys, you're not going to grow hair essentially. And then just like you can see here guys, I'm adding some olive oil, but feel free to use any other oil of your choice. And I'm going to go ahead and just blend this up until I get like a smooth sort of texture or consistency. Now cloves on the other hand just helps to improve the blood circulation to your scalp, so essentially it just brings more nutrients to your follicles and in turn help with faster hair growth. Now avocado is so full of antioxidants and vitamins that are certainly very nourishing for our hair, and also it has a lot of fatty acids in it that just helps to keep the hair in really good condition. So after I blended that all up, this is what is left behind. So this is sort of the consistency that I ended up with. So I was really happy with my results here. You can see it's very nice and thick, very smooth and silky, and I tell you guys, this thing is so good for your hair. I do hope that you go ahead and try it out. So this is what it looks like, guys. You can see it's very silky and smooth, and yeah, pretty much so good. I really loved how this turned out. Yeah, so I just couldn't get enough of just like stirring it, because it just I don't know, it just felt really nice. So but it was just a bit too thick for what I wanted it, so I added some water to it, just so I can get a slightly kind of runnier consistency. But you could use it just like it was before, but yeah, I didn't want it to be too thick because I didn't want to wet my hair before applying this. So yeah, this is what it looks like afterwards. So really nice and very nourishing. And stick with me, guys. I'm going to show you basically how I'm applying this to my hair, and we'll talk a bit more about, you know, how to maintain your hair for maximum hair growth. So yeah, don't sign out. So in this part of the video, guys, just like I said, I'm just showing you how I'm applying it, and I'm starting on pretty much, you know, dry hair, but sort of detangle. My hair is not actually that dry at the moment because I did you know, seal the moisture in my hair after I washed it, and I also detangled it. Just so you can see, my hair looks kind of, it looks a bit better, you know, compared to what it looks like sometimes. But hey, yeah, it does look very nice and detangled already at this point, but it was still in need of moisture. The way that I use this kind of treatment is once a week. Now you don't have to do it once a week, guys, if you don't want to. Sometimes I extend it to 2 weeks if I'm really busy, but I like to do treatments on my hair a lot more often, just because it helps me retain moisture and essentially strength in my hair as well. So I'm just doing like individual sections, and I'm just working this through my hair, starting from my roots all the way to my ends, and making sure that, you know, every single bit of my hair is covered with this. Now, as you're applying this to your hair, guys, you will start to notice some changes. Your hair feels really nice and smooth and silky, and I just love the feel that just gives my hair. And I think it's because of the fenugreek, because I think the fenugreek mask has like a really kind of slippery feel to it, and it's so nice for the hair, and it's extremely moisturizing as well. So yeah, I just loved how this felt even as I was just applying it. So I'm just moving on and repeating it throughout the rest of my hair until it's completely done. Now this mask doesn't really contain a lot of protein, so it's quite safe to use perhaps more regularly than you would do if you were sort of using like a protein treatment, because the thing with protein treatments is you have to be a little bit careful with how often you use it, because you want to avoid protein overload. But this, I think, is quite safe because it does. I know the fenugreek has protein in it, but it's not a huge amount of protein. So it's definitely safe to use, and this is suitable for all hair types, because I know some of you guys sometimes ask me, can I use this on locks, can I use this on relaxed hair, can I use this on, I don't know, like it's definitely suitable for any hair type. But obviously if you are wearing locks, I will suggest that you do a patch test first, because what I found after using this is that my curls were a bit looser, which means you probably, if you have just locked your hair, it might get undone. I'm not sure, but I would definitely suggest that you do a little patch test somewhere before you know, use it throughout your entire hair, because you don't want to undo your locks. So but anyways, I sort of went through and sort of did this until the rest of my hair was done pretty much. So at this point guys, I finished doing one side and I'm just using some of the mask on my edges. You know, do not neglect those edges guys. They are just as weak as the ends of your hair as well, so you want to, you know, always baby them. So I'm gonna go and do the rest of my hair off camera and then I'll come back and show you. So this is what it looks like after it's all done guys. At this point every single section of my hair was done and I was so ready to just put, you know, a heat cap on and allow it to sit for about 2 hours while I was doing stuff around the house. And then yeah, I sort of just went ahead and rinsed my hair with just warm water. I did not shampoo my hair afterwards because I know some of you guys will ask whether you need to shampoo. You don't need to shampoo this out of your hair guys, so just use warm water and it will be just as fine. So this is what my hair looks like afterwards. Very nice and soft, really shiny, and yeah, it was literally like the best thing ever. Like I combed my hair through after this and it was literally like so easy, because my curls were quite loose, just like I said to you before guys. But yeah, I absolutely loved it and I do hope that you try this out, and if you do like it, please let me know in the comment section down below how you get on. And yeah, this is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.